big and rocky top. Welcome, everyone, to the shores of the Tennessee River, Neyland Stadium, home of the Volunteers. As we'll see the number 24 team in the country, the Miami Hurricanes, taking on a squad hoping to prevent another L this week, the Tennessee Volunteers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. The Hurricanes will get us underway with the opening kickoff. And the ball will make it into the end zone. No return on that one for a touchback. The give to the back. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard.
Well, this is a defense that we know takes tons of pride stopping the run. That's where it all starts and ends with them, and you saw a great effort on that last play.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Working on the right. They've got him down at the 40 after he ripped off 15 yards.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
Now from the 40, it's 1st and 10. Sends it back in motion. Might be calling a hot route. Looking to throw on 1st down. Under fire. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. The intended target was not open. And that's why that one fell incomplete.
What will they dial up on 2nd and a long way to go? After the incompletion, they go back up top. Oh, what a spectacular layout and catch. They had the 1st down before that penalty backed them up, and now they'll snap it on 2nd down. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. They'll try the run. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Now on 3rd down for this offense. They'll move the wide receiver. On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. A strike downfield.
When you run those routes, those curl routes just like that, those DBs are going to break when you go to throw the football. So you better put that thing on a line, and the QB did there. Put it on a line. Great job, great catch. 1st down.
And the Volunteers are flying down the field. Wants to throw on 1st down. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Great pass, it's complete. Running with some authority as he bangs his way to the 43.
And that's what I love about this offense. You're not going to get all of your big chunk plays in the passing game by throwing it deep down the field. You can kind of dink and dunk. And on that RPO play, they had it dialed up and set up to go to that player in the right flat. Nice job.
The Vols are at the line looking to convert on 3rd and short. From the gun on 3rd down. Throws to the wideout. On target to the left. And this offense is feeling it as they rip off a big chunk of yardage, and they've got it on the 22.
And listen, the defense knew coming into this one, they were going to target him early and often. He is a weapon, and there's no mystery where the quarterback's going to be looking on critical down and distances. Let's see how they're able to cover him throughout the rest of this game.
The Volunteers come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. They just keep firing. Fires toward the end zone. And he's got it! Touchdown ball!
How about that first drive by the offense? Usually script the first 10 plays. Well, I had one extra. It only took 9. Great job moving down the field, stringing plays that look like other plays together, and getting this opening drive touchdown.
And the extra point is good, and it's 7-0. So a drive there of 85 yards, and the scoring play comes on a touchdown pass from 22 yards out. Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. They'll run the RPO and fire to the right. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
I'll tell you, the offense might be setting up a shot down the field here. You might see them later fake the wide receiver screen and see if they can hit a tight end or another receiver running up the boundary. Keep your eye open for that.
This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. Wants to go up top. Makes the grab.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
How about the zip this junior put on that ball to pick up the first down?
Well, after watching the other offense go down the field and score a touchdown, you know this guy's trying to lead his offense to do the exact same thing. That was a big 3rd down. I know there's a lot of football left to play, but you're trying to establish confidence as early as possible. That last throw is really going to help out your team.
Looking to throw on 1st down. That's caught. It's Pringle. And a good job of coverage by that defense. Just a short pickup.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
Working well behind the sticks on 2nd down. Back to pass. He's got it. At the 35, he's open. He'll be forced out of bounds. Big pickup on the play, and they'll mark him down at the 28.
Get the big-time receiver involved early in the game. That's a huge key for this offense, no matter who they're playing against. But you can see, with his size, with his ability after the catch, this guy is a weapon, and he's putting this defense on alert early.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12. Give to the back. Got it inside the 30 before he's finally pulled down at the 25. It's a gain of 6. Coming to the line of scrimmage on 3rd down. We've come to the end of the period, and Tennessee leads it. And after that first quarter, let's see if these guys can get back in the game in the second. So they had a chance to talk over this 3rd down play to open the period. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete to the left. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. 4th down, and this crowd is making it miserable on this offense. That'll be enough for a first down, and they've got it at the 16-yard line. That's the mindset of this entire offense. They're not going to let you off the hook just because it's 4th and 1.
And that running back, he wanted the ball, too. You could see there right after the 3rd down play looking at his sideline saying, give me the ball. I want to go get this. I'm going to make a play for my team. And he comes through big time.
And the Canes pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Looking for room. It's Pringle. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, a lot of times when you blitz that linebacker, it's about timing. You don't show your hand, and he gets up to the line of scrimmage, gets right through the line, and makes the tackle for a loss.
And as soon as the running back gets the football, he's got a face full of linebacker.
Not much you can do there. Like, you got to have a little better block. You got to identify that blitz a little bit faster by the offensive line.
They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
One of the big risks about being in an empty set is that you don't have tight ends or running backs helping you out in pass protection. And that time the quarterback got hit right before he let it go, and that's why that ball fell incomplete.
Neyland Stadium alive, a cauldron of orange noise on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He caught it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. And the Hurricanes want to crank the tempo. Trying to run it in. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
There is nowhere to run and nowhere to hide on these situations. You know the physical ground game comes into play inside the 5-yard line, and they match the intensity. Nice job. Everybody flying around to the football, making the tackle for a loss. Nice job.
He gets it in. Touchdown, Canes.
You talk to any quarterback, Jesse, and they love finding the big tight end. Hard to overthrow the big fellas, the big reach, the nice mitts, nice catch by the tight end.
And the extra point is good. That is what they mean when they say ball control, a 14-play touchdown drive. And they finish it up with a 3-yard scoring toss. The kickoff unit is out there, and boy, did that last drive quiet this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They had to stand by and watch that scoring march, and now it's up to them to find a way to answer it. Defense in the right spot. They stop him after a gain of 2 to the 28.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Making side adjustments here. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. Looking to fire. That's caught. It's Morris. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks.
Guys out of the backfield now, it's not just run the ball downhill anymore. You got to be versatile. I got to be able to trust you in the pass game, and I got to be able to throw you the football, and you can do that right there. I know you're going to catch it, and I can depend on you.
And the Vols really need to keep this drive alive on 3rd down. They'll try to get it through the air. Looking down the middle. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down.
Well, after giving up that touchdown on the opening drive, they had a little bit of a come to Jesus with their defensive coordinator on the sideline. I don't know what he said, but he, I think, just invoked the fear of God into this defense, because this 3 and out has been sensational, dominant. This is the way they've got to play moving forward.
The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Timeout, Miami.
Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. To the ground with the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line, 2nd and 7. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. It's Pringle. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47.
And there you see the arm talent by the quarterback. Throwing a curl route into zone coverage, you've got to get the ball there quickly. And you saw the cannon this QB has.
Here comes the offense on 1st and 10 from the 47. Leaves it with the back. On his feet at the 40. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a 1st down. The Canes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll run it from the gun. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the first down play.
And after a successful run like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and potentially taking a shot, because even if it's incomplete now on second, you only have a short amount of yards to go here on third.
Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. Back to pass. Catch in the middle. It's Moore. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. And the Canes have pushed it inside the 20. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught. They make the tackle, but he's got a fresh set of downs, and it's 1st and goal from the 7. How about the mix of play calls on this drive? 3 runs, 3 passes, and now they're in business.
And just keeping the defense completely off balance. When you think it's a run, it's a pass. When you think it's a pass, it's a run. Nice job by this offense going right down the field in 6 plays and now set up for 1st and goal.
The Hurricanes will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play.
Well, the offensive line had everybody blocked except the defensive end. He was able to sneak into the backfield and get the tackle for loss.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Tight end finds a soft spot. They get it down to the 7 on that pass play in prime position for a score.
Well, short completion setting up 3rd down now. Who is your best playmaker that you can target in this area of the field?
Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They'll try to pass it in on 3rd and goal. He was thinking touchdown on the scramble, but they're able to stop him short of the end zone. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. They'd love nothing better than to add a 3-ball here before the break. This whole place going to see if this kicker can operate in the sea of noise. And this one splits the uprights. And with that field goal, they now have the lead. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Just about set to get this second half underway. And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. And here comes that Miami offense back onto the field. They haven't really been able to light up this scoreboard, but putting points up would be huge here. The quick out. They'll spot the ball at the 34 as he goes out of bounds right there.
Nice job there. Good timing between the QB and the wide receiver executing that out route.
And the Canes with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. From the shotgun, the inside give. Still on his feet at the 45. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll the sticks with the first down.
In halftime in this locker room, there was a lot of positive things to talk about. You got the lead, but you know what else will be positive, Palmer? Get the running game going early in this second half.
You're absolutely right here, and I think this coaching staff is going to try to put this game on the offensive line a little bit. Let these guys take this thing over, be physical, and push this defense around.
It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. To the ground, he's got it again.
Man, that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to fire. He's got him. Brought down at the 39 after a pickup of 10. It'll be a first down.
Well, the drag routes put in this playbook to fight against man-to-man coverage. So there you see the receiver using his speed, working his way across the field. He gets separation on the DB, trying to trail him, makes the catch, turns it upfield for the first.
And the Hurricanes look to keep this drive humming. To the air on first down. Finds his tight end. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. The Canes want to move quickly.
Well, the defense didn't have a lot of time to celebrate that last big play because here's the offense right away back at the line of scrimmage, ready to roll again with tempo.
Caught in the backfield, it's Pringle. A solid pickup, and he goes out of bounds at the 30.
Well, look, I know this guy is not the biggest running back in college football, but boy, is he dangerous, right? He's so shifty. He's hard to bring down. It's a good idea to get him going in the passing game. Put him out in space. Let's see what he can do.
The noise reverberating off the checkerboards in Neyland on third down. Grab near the marker. It's Pringle. Picks up enough to give them first and 10 from the 11. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
And the quarterback and receiver just not on the same page on that last play. Timing has got to be so critical, especially when you're throwing to the perimeter of the field. They just didn't have it there.
Operating in the red zone here on second down. Wants to go up top. Fires to the end zone. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for.
And this safety is a ball hawk. He's a playmaker. Not only have we seen him get involved in the running game and make tackles playing downfield, but he plays the center field position as well as anybody in college football, and you saw it right there.
So here is the Tennessee offense. And points have been hard to come by in this one. They'll try to put together a drive. Looking for a crease. It's Morris. Not a lot going on there. Picked up a couple.
Brings up second down.
Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. Quarterback may change this route. Second down, they'll go to the air. Fires to the wideout. And the pass is incomplete, jarred loose by the hit.
This offense hasn't been able to generate a lot of points in this one. Here in the third quarter, you're seeing the defense and how much pride they take on being physical. It's not just stopping the run. Guys in the back end flying to the football in the air, getting hits on guys, that time on the receiver, knocking it loose.
They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. They'll move the tight end. Wide receiver comes in motion. Some early movement along the offensive line, and they'll walk it back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. Tall hill to climb here. 3rd and 10 from inside your own 5. Just don't turn that thing over. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it on the outside. And what a huge chunk play for this offense. Just exactly what you need to move the ball down the field. Well, so much for being backed up. Now they've got it 1st and 10 and plus territory. Looking for space. It's Morris. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Nice job by the defense, seeing the run, pulling the trigger, getting downhill, and stopping the running back for no gain.
Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. The offense changing the play. 2nd down, he'll throw it. He uncorks one deep. Got it! Touchdown, Tennessee! And with that one, they jump on top here in the 2nd half.
And what nice play design. You get your speedster, you put him in the slot, usually get a better matchup, and then what do? You fade him towards that sideline, run a go. Nice ball thrown way out wide. He just runs underneath it, and just too much speed. Couldn't catch him. Gets in the end zone for 6.
He'll bring it out. It's Carr. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. So they start this drive from inside their own 20 at the 19-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. He'll pull it down and run. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
You know, we don't see this very much in college football anymore. Quarterbacks just taking care of their bodies and making smart decisions. Get down on the ground so you don't take one of these big hits from these nasty defensive players and just give yourself a chance to make it through the rest of this game.
Right on the money. Tackled at the 29. Let's give him 5 on that one. And the Canes headed quickly to the line. There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat, and you expect to win. And sometimes that leads to slow starts, but I think if they can get that passion, that adrenaline, they get a little fired up right here, I think they'll take care of business.
And they just got to make a play. They just got to get something positive to happen here, sort of wake them up, and then put another play back-to-back, and all of a sudden they get that momentum going. We know they've got the dudes. They've got the studs on both sides of the ball to win this football game. It just needs to start with one spark.
And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Hurricanes are moving quickly down the field. Looking downfield on first down. Always a welcome play from the defense as they get a sack at the 47.
And nice answer by this defense. You give up a big play, you go take a big play. Sometimes you get down on yourselves and one play turns to two. Nice job by this defense getting a sack, creating some momentum.
To the air on second down. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. That's the end of the quarter, and Tennessee has the lead. They're sitting in a strong position here with the lead. Let's take a look at our game summary. 1 quarter to go, and might we have the makings of a classic fourth quarter finish. So we open the final period with a third down play. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. Fourth down coming up.
Every defense in the country talks about getting offenses in predictable third and long situations where I can bring on more speedsters and I know the pass is coming so I can have more success.
And he'll work his way on the return out to the 35-yard line before he's stopped.
We'll take over. First and 10.
The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. Man, what a drive that was the last time they had it. Basically the length of the field. Much better starting point this time. And the defense snows him under after a very short gain.
The number one goal for this defense coming into this game was shut this running back down. And I got to be honest, there were a lot of people on the outside didn't think they could get it done, but they're proving everybody wrong. Tremendous effort. They're playing with a chip on their shoulder. This guy's one of the best in the nation. He's had zero impact in this game.
That's reeled in. It's Jefferson. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath. And, David, on third and inches right there, that's often a decision the quarterback predetermines. Who's my best guard? That's the guy I'm going to try to get behind.
And I know that defensively, too, but I'm just trying to dive and create a pile, but it's so hard to stop that play. That's why you see it ran so successfully.
And the Volunteers with the 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. A most efficient pickup of 6 on first down. It's 2nd and 4.
Well, you got to give this offense a ton of credit because normally they've got the lead because of this running back. Today, it's actually despite him. They really haven't gotten the production out of him that they expect week in, week out. You got to give the defense credit for that. But other guys on offense have been able to step up enough to make the plays necessary to give them the lead.
Fires to the tight end. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. That one interception and the loss last week really stuck with him, but he's answered by taking care of the football in this game.
Nice answer. Just a nice bounce back. When you're the leader and you're the guy that everybody looks to and you handle adversity from last week like you did today in this game, nice job by this quarterback leading this team.
The Vols back to the line on first down. Let's see if they keep leaning on this running game. He'll do it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Lost one on that last one. It's 2nd and 11.
Get set, get set.
Back to pass. And he drops it. Just took his eye off of it at the last minute.
And everything looked good on that play. The receiver does a really good job of pushing upfield and then coming inside. But what happens when you come inside? You start coming to all those bodies and those linebackers and those safeties come into play. And those alligator arms sometimes get a little bit short.
7th play of the drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down.
Here we go.
Quarterback making checks. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And it's intercepted. A huge 4th quarter play for this defense. And he's wrapped up after a solid return on the pick.
Well, this offense is trying to ice the game. They've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but it's only by 1 possession, so you got to be so careful with your decision-making, and that was not a good one by the quarterback. They now turn it over, and they better hope their defense can play well in this sudden change situation.
They'll crank up this drive with the pass. He's got his man. They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a 1st down.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the 1st down.
They'll put it in play from the 40 on 1st and 10. Wants to go up top on 1st down. The screen, and watch out. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain.
On the screen. He's brought down at the 36-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Looking to fire. Firing to the right, complete. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down. That big pickup on what they call the drag route, but if you hit it on time, you can hit the turbo boosters.
And you've got to be accurate on the throw, too, Reese. Nice job by the QB there, putting it out in front of his receiver to make an easy catch and then advance it.
Maybe this will breathe a little life into this offense, which has been flatlined in the 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. Pulls and throws off the RPO. That completion will take them inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. So the opportunity with a touchdown here to take a 4th quarter lead. They'll run it on 1st and goal. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
Now 2nd and goal, and right in the teeth of this noise. They'll run it from the gun. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on second down, this little third to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option.
Touchdown, Miami! And in the final moments, they've taken the lead.
Really good execution by this offense. Late in the game, under a minute, score to take the lead. It's what you draw up. It's what you dream about. But now, my defense has to go on the field and get me one more stop.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Fellas, rivalry game in the SEC. Of course, that's almost redundant in that league. But check this out. Georgia was like a 65-man mute button. They went on the road and silenced one of the most vocal crowds in football. And it's clear this Dogs team has adopted the mantra, let your play do the talking. Sure happened today. An SEC clash and an impressive showing that could be a huge confidence builder for this program. Back to you.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw on first down. He's taking a deep shot late in the game.
Nice job by this defense. You go dime package. Why? Because you know the offense is going to throw the football. Great job matching up. More skilled players on more skilled players. More speed on the field to defend the pass.
Got to move quickly here. They need to get it to field goal range. Going to sling it on second down. This time he's got his man. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The offense takes a timeout with 30 seconds left. This upset bid has been brewing since the start of the game, seemingly, and they are in a world of hurt at this moment, guys.
Yeah, keep the pedal to the floor, right? Don't let up. You've done a great job. You're the perceived underdog. You've taken control of this football game. Jesse, you got the formula right now. You got them right where you want them.
Yeah, they've thrown caution to the wind in this game, right, David? I mean, they came in knowing they'd have to take some chances, and they'd have to be open and free, and it's worked to their advantage. Now's not the time to get tight if you're the underdog winning this game late.
Today's game in football, it's about getting your speedsters in space. Why? Because you let them do the rest. You get them the football quickly, let them break tackles. You see so many times them making plays after the catch. So hard to stop.
The Volunteers will have it 1st and 10. Gotta find a completion on this one. Quickly complete. And he'll step across the sidelines after making a good gain on that one.
Second down.
Timeout is called with just a single second left.
Timeout, Miami.
So this is going to be rife with drama and overflowing with pressure on this field goal try. And this one to bring us to a deadlock in the final moments. He boomed it through a 50-yard field goal, showing off that powerful leg. All right, guys, so here we go in overtime, and just to refresh everyone's memory, alternating possession starting on the opponent's 25.
And you want to play defense first because you want to know what you need. That's a key philosophical approach for most teams when it comes to overtime, David.
Yeah, and remember the rule change a couple years ago, too, in the second overtime and two-point conversion. So all this stuff is situational type football that you better have worked on throughout these weeks of the season.
We'll get it started here in overtime. Wants to throw on first down. Throws toward the end zone. If he houses this, it's ball game. And the takeaway will put the finishing touches on this one. Well, guys, let's play some more. Headed to overtime.
And this just feels right. Both of these teams going back and forth. So, of course, David, this thing needs to get decided in OT.
Let's see who's better. Short amount of time to do it. A couple possessions, probably, maybe one possession each. Who's the better team?
First down, and they'll win it with any kind of score here in overtime. Looking to throw on first down. He got it in, and the celebration is on. A walk-off touchdown in OT.
How about this offense coming out and executing so great, knowing what they needed? They were on defense first. They knew exactly what they needed to do. Come out and get the throwing touchdown. Ends the football game right now. Nice execution by the offense.
And that